What's going on, everybody? We're actually going to start this video off with an apology. I know that I am not very good at keeping a consistent schedule, especially with YouTube and social media in general. That's the name of the game. Like, you have to keep a consistent schedule or your following will not build anywhere close to as fast as it's supposed to. So I apologize for not giving y'all consistent content in the way that I should be to fulfill my own goals, okay? Because it takes y'all for me to do what I want to do when it comes to this. I'm releasing this video approximately July, August, somewhere around there of 2023. The video that I just put up, refreshing my engine bay, like I said in that video, was filmed over the course of like a year and a half. The reason for that is because I didn't want to just put out a video that was like changing my engine cover and then changing the fluid caps. Like, that's not a 10-minute video. That's not good content. That's like an Instagram reel or something. Based on the comments of my last video, all the people said they prefer the long form content. I also realized I need to branch out and start making little reels and YouTube shorts and things like that. That's the best way that I'm gonna be able to like actually grow the brand and get new people by sucking them in with the short, quick little clips, because that's what the algorithm wants to see, especially on Instagram. I hate those, but you know what? And they're actually really intense on editing. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I forgot what I was saying. Right now, I'm pretty much averaging 1 to 2 videos every 3 months. That's not that great. I would like to get to the point where I'm at least for now, a video a month. Let me explain to you why that video timeline is the way it is. About a year and a half ago, February 2022, I blew up my engine, okay? Got an IAG stage 2 block. That took 2 months to get the pistons in for the block, get it to the shop, get it put in. I got the car back April, May, somewhere around there. Put the front mount on, got it put on a base tune. Y'all saw the front mount install video, I think October, November last year. Got installed on August, I think, of last year, because I got my tune set up to be done in August of last year. Oh man, that sucks. Why is that bent? I guess I smashed it. ADD, sorry about that. That was already February to August with no video, just because I was trying to get caught up, actually get the car working. So when I got the block put in, I drove it out of the shop. It got a P0017 or 18 code. It's a cam to crank correlation error that's caused by the either the oil control valves not activating as they should, or the AVCS, or the cam sensor, or the crank sensor, or any one of those number of things. Now, the shop that put the engine in, I got the P00 whatever code after I got the block built. And they were like, yeah, blah, 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 we'll check all this stuff. We'll check the cam gears, make sure they're good. We'll check the sensors, make sure they're good. See if the code follows the sensors, all those kind of things. Literally everything you need to do. They check the timing on the timing chain. They check the AVCS. They checked all these things. And it turned out I just needed new cam gear. So I got new cam gear. So that cost me $1,200 on top of the loan that I already got for the new engine. You can say whatever you want about buying car parts on credit. I don't fucking care. I do what I gotta do to get the things that I want. If you have more money than me, cool story, bro. That's why I'm making a YouTube video. I was convinced it was an AVCS issue. If you look at any of these things on Naziok or the forums or the Facebook pages or anything about a P0017, everything says that 90% of the time you'll have to buy a new ECU. Well, God, I'm so all over the place. I cannot stay focused. Got new cam gears. Code came right back. They're like, as long as everything is mechanically sound for the tune, it should go okay. And they're like, yes, everything is mechanically sound. If you go get your car tuned, it should be fine. So I ran on that. Went and got the car tuned. Guess what? The tune made the code go away. The code went away. It's never come back. So he did something right. But then my car started sounding like an STI. I was still having these weird issues where it would just like, it would rumble up to 3,000 RPM. Sometimes it would stay like, it was super confusing. I was thinking about it real hard over months worth of time. I thought about it one day. I was like, well, if it sounds like an STI, The reason the STI makes the sound it does because you get exhaust pulses slapping up against each other from the unequal linked headers going into the non-twin scroll turbo. I was like, oh, well, if I'm having exhaust pulses slapping up against each other, let's look at the AVCS, which controls the cams, and then see what's going on there. So sure enough, I looked at it, and I think it was the exhaust cam on the passenger side of the car. The AVCS values were way off, over, under, like crazy. It was nowhere in sync, and I was like, that's my problem. Cool, I still have the mechanical attributes of a P018 code or whatever without actually having the code. Don't know if that's actually possible because it ended up not being the issue. But along that train of thought, I was like, well, I gotta get a new ECU because that's the fix for that. And everybody else says it's the only fix. So that's $800. And then I gotta spend another $350 to get that actually calibrated and coded to the car by a dude from Subaru, right? Which is what they told me at the shop that built the engine. I'm like, well, I need $1,000. Didn't have $1,000, had no way to get $1,000. So finally, come January, February, something like that of this year, I finally got some kind of money. And I had read by 2 people, maybe, that you can actually use a wrecked car's ECU and replace it into the car that has the code. So I found this place on eBay. It's an eBay store, looks like it's a wrecker's yard. GSL Auto Imports. Import Auto, something like that. GSL Auto Imports, it's an eBay store. Dude was real cool. He had actually seen my videos. Shout out to you, dude. I took it to Subaru, had them put it in, and they're like, oh, it's VIN specific, we can't do anything. Well, fuck me, right? So now I think I have to spend $1,000 on the shit. Apparently there's a TSB for it out there. I'll put a screenshot of that up right here. So I had them put on this TSB also. They thought it wasn't gonna do anything. It actually didn't do anything, but at least now I have that loaded onto my ECU so I don't have to have this problem in the future. Hope to God this never happens again, okay? As I'm driving home from the dealership, I was thinking, I was like, well, I never actually checked the oil control valve. And I know I've had problems with them before. Check the oil control valve. The oil control valve's messing up. And it's on the exhaust side. That's the problem. The oil control valve has a piston that shoots out based on oil pressure and computer crap to activate the AVCS. That's why my AVCS was running stupid. Just check your oil control valve. It's that simple. I could have been over this. It's a $100 part. God, the misfire. I totally forgot to tell you all about the misfire issue in between all this. So I went over to my buddy Chris's house, had him help me out because I was having a misfire issue. I was thinking maybe coil packs, maybe spark plugs, blah, blah, blah. What ended up being the oil control valve issue. So we thought it was a misfire causing this to happen, right? I had no idea why it was running weird. Swapped them out for a set of known good coil packs, put those in, regapped the spark plugs, and it fixed nothing. So not a misfire, right? So look at the oil control valves. Those are running goofy. And I start replacing oil control valves that look bad. So I know I replaced one. It looked like the shop that built my engine replaced another one, but the 2 exhaust ones looked old and crusty. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go on a mission to replace those. And, oh, okay, I remember. So I did one of them. It ran a little bit better. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna use my diagnosis brain. So I started swapping them around to see if the weirdness would follow the OCV. Guess what? It did. And then I made my car run worse until I finally had some more money to get another oil control valve. Guess what? That fixed it. My car was at all 380 horsepower for like 3 days. And then I started actually getting a misfire, like blowing a code, cylinder 3 misfire. And I was like, dude? So I take it to a different friend's house. He helps me diagnose the coil pack. So the known good coil packs that I had, one of them got blown out. So I was like, ugh, that's stupid. These should have been good. Probably my OEM ones, the ones I had in the first place that I took off, those are probably fine. Wherever they are now, they're probably running well in a car somewhere, and they were never broken. So I bought some off-the-line coil packs because they're supposed to be better and can handle more power, blah, 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 so on and so forth, whatever you want to say. You know, you see everybody on YouTube like, oh, I put GTR coil packs on my RB and my SR and all that crap. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course, like upgraded coil packs are gonna make the car run better, right? Cool, they work. And I got another misfire. And I'm like, well, it's not the coil packs because I fixed those. So like, maybe it's blown up. I don't know. So I was like, you know what? Until I get more money, you're going in timeout right here. It sat here from March all the way to June. At this point, I am at my wit's end. I am so over this car, I'm considering selling it. It's ridiculous, the issues that I've been having with this thing since I blew it up. Like, it's been an absolute nightmare. Like, every definition of the word nightmare is what this car has done to me since it blew up, okay? This is my karma. The car is mad at me. It doesn't want to have a new engine. I'm so mad at myself, okay? It's not the car is just causing me to be mad at me. Finally got a pretty good paycheck, and I was like, you know, it's time. I was so over it, I was ready to sell it, and I was like, I'm just gonna take it to Kraken. I need to take it to him, get it fixed. The reason I didn't take it to the shop that built the engine is because I live closer to Kraken now. They're 30 miles in the other direction. Kraken is 10 over this way, okay? Easy decision, they're right there. They call me an hour after I drop off the car. It's coil pack. I'm like, no it's not, I just replaced those. They're like, yeah, we actually see aftermarket coil packs don't perform as well as OEM, and we run OEM coil packs up to like 600-700 horsepower. And I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Seriously? He's like, yeah, but the good news is, you could probably get one on warranty for free. So he called up off the line. Apparently really good dudes. I didn't get to talk to him. I wish I would have known this in the first place. He was like, hey, customer has this problem. They're like, cool, we'll send one in the mail. It was here a week later, I got my car back and it's been running fine ever since. So I just got a stupid coil pack. All of my issues since I got it tuned was oil control valve, coil pack. Do not overthink your build. I'm telling you, don't make the same mistakes I did. In this talkathon, I mentioned money a lot and not having enough of it to do the things that I want to do. Hello, my babe.
I'm sorry.
This is my babe. If only y'all could see what I was sitting in, you'd be as stoked as I am. This is really not comfortable at all. I'm building my car off of paychecks, okay? You see people with their own builds, usually they take forever unless they make like a buttload of money somewhere or selling houses or cars or whatever on the side or for their real job. I can't do that. I have 2 jobs that were total of 70 hours a week. I have 30 hours a week to myself after sleep. Like I said, I want to make consistent content for y'all. I want to give y'all something to watch. I want to help y'all with y'all's builds. I want y'all to be involved in my build. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, well, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like Patreon. That's what people do with Patreon. Would you even pay for Patreon? I really don't know. Please answer in the comments below. I don't really expect anybody to give me money for free. Like, AdSense is a company, that's why it's set up. You get to watch these videos for free. I would much rather that, but honestly, it's not gonna happen if I don't find some other source of income that is also car related. I want this to increase. I want this to snowball. I feel like I'm really good at this, and I want it to become something. I want to meet y'all. I want to go out to meet y'all, but like, if my build is shit, I don't want y'all to see it in person. It's pretty rough in real life. It looks clean, but it's rough. And it can give y'all a way to give back to the channel. Also give your input on the build itself, right? You can give me your thoughts and ideas on what mods to do next, what kind of mods you want to see on the car. I have a pretty good idea, and I have my own vision for the car, so like, if somebody tells me to put a big stupid wing on it, I'm gonna ignore it. I feel like we could take votes, we could make polls, I could have you choose like, this is the thing I want to do, which one do you like better? Because there's some things I really don't have much of a preference on. A lot of people on YouTube, have a Patreon for early content. That is not gonna work for me. It makes no sense to me to put out a video once every 3 months or even once a month and give it to somebody a week early. Like, you already had to wait a month for it. That's stupid. But y'all can be involved with the build. Also, I thought about merch, obviously. So this Turbo Slut was gonna be my merch brand. I thought about it a lot. It's a design that I really like. I was really passionate about having this be my merch brand, but even in my own experience, I have seen this as a shirt that I only want to wear at car meets. If I get my merch going like I want to, I think there's like tiered levels. You could get certain discounts off the merch. I also thought about making part a video about my headlights where I did the little splatter paint. I could do it in whatever color for your headlights. I've continued that same theme on the interior trim of my car. I think it turned out really well. It's nice and shiny, it's all in color. Of course there would be a core charge so that I could keep that going and you wouldn't have to wait to send me your headlights and then that, and just once you get them you could send the core charge or whatever, just like O'Reilly's or anywhere else that you get parts from. Something you'd be interested in, just let me know. Like I would love to make those parts over and over. It would also have to be a core charge for those too from your stock interior trims, because those things are like 150 bucks for just basic ones, just the replacement ones. It's stupid. Which brings me back to the Patreon. If I have money coming in from an outside source other than my own paychecks and ad revenue, it can snowball a little bit quicker. Also, other options to like YouTube subscribers, like I think that one's kind of dumb. I've tried streaming. I don't think I have enough of a following yet to do what Smedia does and have live streams where I answer. I'm also nowhere near as knowledgeable as Smedia when it comes to like any car, honestly. A lot of questions people have, I probably wouldn't be able to answer, at least in a way that would give somebody confidence to go and try it. Plans moving forward is the next thing I want to talk about. So my plans moving forward, I have so many things that need to go on the car. They're little small things, but they can be full videos, not like a coil pack or something like that. Also, SubiFest is coming up in September of this year in Texas, in DFW. Why have I never been to a SubiFest before? Because it's in California or Chicago. It's way too far away. But this one is gonna be like right over there. Like maybe 10, 15 miles that way. I think it's at Texas Motor Speedway. I could be wrong, but it's not far. It's within the city limits. So like I'm going to that, definitely. Bought my ticket today. SubiFest Texas 2023, catch me outside. Or just at SubiFest. I'm not trying to fight anybody. Let me know what you think. You think Patreon's a good idea? How much would you pay for a Patreon? Discount's a good idea? Taking polls on the build? What would you want to see on Patreon even? Would you want me to do commissions for like the painting? I don't know. I don't even know what to do with it. But like, y'all are the ones this all hinges on. Like, there's no point of this channel unless I have feedback from y'all and y'all are involved in it, which is what I want. I want y'all to be involved with the build. I'm rambling again. I rambled too much. Let me know what you think. Like this is my update video. I wanted to give you an idea of where I've been, why I don't put out videos so consistently other than just my sign off, what I want to do with my car, how I want y'all to be involved. It's a lot of things. It's running a business. Like, it's a legit business. I just don't make any money off of it yet. So I can't run it like a business yet. I've got plenty of ideas. I'm not gonna tell you what they are though. You just have to keep watching to find out. So hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, watch the videos, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all that, the YouTube shit.